I'm Christy-Faith. Welcome to my live tonight. How are you guys? It's so good to see you. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is Christy-Faith. I am an author, speaker, podcaster. You can ask me all things education and homeschooling. Welcome to my live. And am I on? I don't think I'm on Instagram, no? Not yet?
You are.
I am? I don't think so.
Let's get on Instagram.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh, Aaron's here. Aaron. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Aaron. I stared at my to-do list today, and you were on it. Oh, my goodness. We'll probably get to it next week. Hi. I'm lotioning my hands. About the only child Zoom. Anyway, super excited about that. Welcome. Grab some lotion. Man, it is winter here in Denver and it is dry. We're at 5,000 feet and I have to lotion my hands or they start to crack. Do your guys' hands crack? Anyway, I have to stay on top of it. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Christy-Faith. Tonight we are on TikTok. Hi. We are on Instagram. Hello. We are on Facebook and YouTube. Are we on anything else? I think that's it. Yeah. And please come in, in the chat, enter your comments. I always want to know where you're from. That is so helpful to me. Hi, Rebecca. Yay. Are you on a different platform tonight? Nice. Oh, you are so sweet. My email, I struck a chord today in kind of a major way. I don't know if you guys got my email, but our inbox is flooded. In fact, Scott and I, we think we're going to wake up at 4 a.m. to try to get to all of the emails that we got. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to all of them. So if you are on this live tonight and you were one of those beautiful ladies who replied to my email today, if you can ask your question here, I'll be able to answer it. And maybe there's a lot of repeat questions. So, but all day long, every time I refresh, it's like, brrr, brrr, brrr. And if you guys know, I have to prioritize Thrive. And so the DMs in Thrive were insane. And so unfortunately, I had to just let go of my email inbox on my hello email. Sorry, my hair is all over me. I have an iced decaf with me tonight. Hello.
We got Rebecca Beams.
Yes, I saw Rebecca. Okay, you guys, I want to know, one, where you're from, and I want to know what stage of homeschooling you are in. There's 3 stages. So I want you to reply.
Julie Blakeman on Facebook.
Oh, hi, Julie. I want you to let me know if you are in the homeschool curious category and you stopped because maybe you've seen a video and you're like, oh, I remember that girl because she talks about homeschooling on her page. Stop and stay. Let's answer your questions about homeschooling right here and now. I'm going to be here for the next hour for you. If you are within the first 5 years of homeschooling, those can be some rough years, so please also stay and ask your questions, present your homeschooling problems, your predicaments right here, right now on this live. And then if you are a veteran homeschool mom, more a seasoned homeschool mom, our struggles are different. We're struggling with the teenage years often. We're looking to college prep. Yes, homeschoolers are prepared for college. In fact, colleges are recruiting homeschoolers now and have been for a while. And also we struggle from some burnout because I got to be honest, teaching your 4th kid to read isn't super fun. And then it can be challenging if maybe one of your kids is an interesting learner and has challenged you with not being able to figure out how to make things click and find a good routine for maybe one interesting learner that you have. And we love all of our learners, don't we? It's one of the reasons why we homeschool. So please, please, please stay around and ask me your questions. I am here for you tonight for the next hour. You're raising your hand.
Christy from Tennessee.
Hi, Christy from Tennessee. Which platform?
Insta. On Instagram.
Awesome.
Also on Instagram, Emily Jane from Queensland, Australia.
Yay!
It's almost summer here and hot and humid.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we have snow on the ground here. I'm so glad you're here with me tonight on this live. Awesome.
Food Stampede. How do you feel about basically forcing kids to take Calc 3, Chem 2, Organic Chemistry 2, Physics 2, and Biochem by senior year?
I think that's dumb. I mean, I don't see the point, because I also don't see why that needs to happen. People treat high school as if you don't get it all right, that's your one chance. And it is not your one chance. There are so many pathways to the career that you want. Even if, like, what came to mind with a course load like that is, are you going into the medical profession, for example? You can still do junior college. You can transfer. You don't have to kill yourself and destroy and ruin a childhood and the fun teen years because of that future. It's like we don't view childhood as something special. We view childhood as adult preparation. And how sad. And what are you missing out on? And we only have our kiddos for so long. And I just don't believe that in that, what you are describing, I really don't believe that if you don't do all those things, doors will close. Now, if you're obsessed with, I'm not saying you are, but I'm hypothetically, if you are obsessed with status, if you're obsessed with the school that your kid gets into and you want them into an Ivy and all of these things, this was my former client. I used to advise A-listers and billionaires on the educational path for their kids. We used to do college counseling. We got those kids into those Ivies. And let me tell you, it's one of the reasons why I'm homeschooling, because I saw what it took year after year. These poor kids were just, by the time they get to college, they're just exhausted and burnt out, and they don't love learning anymore. But, we got to do it, or else what? Or else they won't get that career. There's different pathways to a career. So my answer to that is I don't like that. That doesn't sound like a fun high school experience. And I mean, if you have a child who is highly gifted and those things aren't a challenge and they need those classes to be challenged, well, that's a totally different story. So that's my opinion on that.
Angela on TikTok says, this is so true. Childhood is worth cherishing. Say it louder for the people in the back.
Say it louder! Yes, childhood. You know what? Okay, let's talk about childhood. Should we talk about childhood? Okay, put in the chat. You guys hear me in Thrive talk about childhood a lot. Put in the chat what soapbox you want me to go on right now regarding childhood. Do you want me to go on socialization? Do you want me to go on the soapbox of SEL, social emotional learning? Do you want me to go on the soapbox of overscheduling? Oh, and you know where else I could go is I could go down the rabbit hole and lose some followers if you unleash the beast when I talk about youth sports. Yeah.
Born to Travel on Insta. I still can't believe you continue to get negative homeschool comments when you're a verbal sniper.
Ooh.
I'd be afraid of you if I didn't already homeschool.
Oh my goodness. Who said that? It's someone that knows me.
Hi from Tennessee.
It's someone who knows me. It's someone in Thrive, right?
I don't know.
It's gotta be.
Nespo419. Hi, just joined Thrive today. So excited.
Oh, yay! Okay, there was a whole drama about you guys not getting my DMs. Did you get my DM? I was having like an anxiety attack before dinner, thinking that people didn't feel welcomed into Thrive. Okay,
so this Food Stampede person said, this was the one who asked about that. I feel like most of y'all can't really compete with the nerd factories here in NYC. Not just homeschoolers, but most schools in general. It's kind of weird trying to compare.
Yeah, so I'm very familiar with that term that you are referring to, and we were in that space. We were in that high-level, achievement-oriented space. And this is if you are one who is feeling, and I don't know you, actually don't even know your opinion. I don't know where you stand on this, but I'll tell you my opinion on it, because we lived that. This is what we lived. We had kids that were with us in their tutoring and test prep and all of this, getting them ahead, AP, getting them, their straight A's and AP classes and all of that. This was my life. I remember driving kids home at 12 midnight and 1 a.m. on finals week. And the moms would say, keep her till she's ready. And I did. And I charged by the freaking hour to do it. And I made a crap load of money. But here's the thing is slowly I decided I reflected, and I didn't like it. I didn't think this was honoring childhoods. I think a lot of it is developmentally incongruent, actually, with brain development as well. It's putting way too much pressure on our kids. There's a really great book that's called Doing School. It's not a real well-known book. It is really good. It talks about, it's vignettes of high schoolers and their school experience and the pressure that they feel. But the overarching theme of the book is that it's all about their achievement. It's, even though their parents said, it's your effort, honey. All the other messages were not that. And that they felt tremendous pressure to achieve. And I was that myself. So, in terms of like your comment about like LA, New York, Chicago, and those particular places, that's what I was in. That's exactly what I was in. Those were the kids that I worked with. Those were the kids that we did their SAT prep. We went on and on and on until they could get the perfect score, because you can get a perfect score on the SAT if you put in the time. And and so I don't want that for my family. And what I don't buy is I don't buy that is necessary for the future that they want. I don't buy it. Plus, I don't believe in social climbing. Yuck, right? I also don't believe in it's a pretty narcissistic tendency to be obsessive over status and social circles and being able to say you got this degree from that place or you went to this high school. So where I'm from, it was all about the high school you got into. And it's like, oh, you got into that high school? Oh, wow. And then you were viewed in a certain way. And then you were in the new social circles. And then the parents were in those social circles, which really mattered for their careers. It was just ick. It was ick. And we left. I thought I was harming children. Honestly, I felt like I was harming children for a living, that it was not necessary. And to do that to them, to put them through the ringer. Now, what I did love about my job is we did a lot of interventions. We did a lot of reading interventions with little kids and things like that, because I do have a heart for literacy. But this specific conversation you're asking about right now is that pressure cooker of high school. And I've done a TikTok on this before. Get off the hamster wheel. Just get off the stinking hamster wheel and live your best life. Your kid's going to be great, especially if you're concerned about their academics and meeting their academic need and them maybe getting that college education that you want them to get. They're going to get it. There's many pathways. Like Scott was recruited to Stanford, and he did 1 year at a junior college and then went to the undergrad where he met me. Like, he's a highly successful CEO, right? So.
Youth sports.
Oh, no. Did they overwhelmingly do youth sports?
We've got a lot of youth sports comments.
Oh, boy. Okay, put in the comments how much you spent last year on youth sports. Let's start there. How much? Add up your numbers. And I want the numbers to be, I want to know, include the cleats, the outfits, the dance team, performance wear, the Lululemon skirts, include it all. Okay? How much did you spend on youth sports last year?
Marnie's on Insta. She says,
hi, Marnie.
Letting kids work and gain soft skills is important too.
Yes. Awesome. Hi, Marnie. You joined Instagram tonight. I'm so happy. Everyone say hi to Marnie. She's on Instagram right now. She is, Marnie, make sure that you introduce yourself too, but she is one of our mentors in Thrive Homeschool Community. She's a certified parenting coach through Connected Families, and she is on all of the office hours with me and Denise. And so she is such a wonderful, beautiful, amazing human being, and she loves you guys so much. It's an honor to even call her my friend. And so Marnie is here tonight. Hi, Marnie. Who loves Marnie? Give her hearts, because we all love Marnie. Okay.
Amy said 2,500.
2,500. Okay.
Aaron Davis said gymnastics, cheer class, and a lot of crying emojis.
But what's the number, Aaron?
Oh, Garden Amy just went up to 5K.
Okay. Garden Amy, 5K last year on youth sports. What did you guys spend on youth sports last year? I want to know. And if I remember correctly, and someone can like fact check me, but I did some research one time on the average college scholarship for an athlete. And I'll reveal that in a minute. Okay. Yay. So Marnie, people are saying hi to you on TikTok too right now. Awesome. Okay. Do we have numbers?
Vivina said, Vivina asked, should a high school homeschooler get a GED?
Okay. So should a high school homeschooler get a GED? It depends on the homeschooler. It depends on the kid. There are times where we do advise that. But generally speaking, even if your child is not college bound, I do want them to have the coursework to be college ready when they graduate their homeschool high school. And the reason why I say that is because kids change their mind. They change their mind. They turn 20 and they say, hey, I really do want to go to college. And I really want you to have that transcript ready for them to be able to do that. So
Aaron Davis said 840 for one class.
Oh my goodness, girl. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. So yes.
Okay. So are you ready to transition off that, or are you done?
I'm ready to transition.
Okay.
If they want more on the youth, we can do more on the youth sports later.
Audrey says, tell us what you think of the Department of Education closing up.
Oh.
Will that fix public schools?
Okay. No, because the public schools were a problem before the Department of Education. So if you go to chapter 3 in my book, chapter 3, I go over the history of compulsory schooling, and compulsory schooling in America was created before the Department of Education was created. Now, did the Department of Education make it more of a dumpster fire? Yes. Yes, it did. I appreciate the efforts of, I appreciate the efforts. Here's my view, is that compulsory group schooling in general does not align with child development. Okay, so what do I mean by that? What do I mean is, and I go over this in the history of compulsory schooling, it all started in Prussia and then was kind of swept across Europe and was adopted. And public schooling, government schooling, okay, let's not mince any words here. Government schooling was created originally to control citizens. What happened was the Prussians lost the war and they were scrambling to find out why. And one of the conclusions was that they had too many independent thinkers and the soldiers were not thinking as a unit. Okay. Now I'm giving a very general history right now. If you want the deeper dive, buy my book. So what they did is they're like, well, we need to control thought then, because we need a populace who thinks as one and who believes in our government so that if we ever go to war again, they can act as one. Okay. So it was intentional to pull children out of their homes to indoctrinate them. This was literally the purpose. And yeah, they would be getting reading, writing, or math. But let me remind you, what classes of people do you think were put into compulsory schooling? Because it wasn't the wealthy. It was not the wealthy. The wealthy were still tutored privately at home. So it was the working classes whose kids were put through compulsory schooling. Well, it worked so well and it controlled thought so well that it just swept across Europe. So we had thought leaders here in the United States who were just enamored. Oh my goodness. They were socialists. Okay, I'm going to say a word that I'm not going to apologize for, probably get banned. for saying it, but these people were socialists. And so they believed in a progressive society and bettering society. And so they fought to have compulsory schooling in the United States, and they won. And they first won in one state, and then it kind of spread. The Department of Education came later. But make no mistake, okay? Make no mistake. And if you don't hear anything, you need to hear this. The public education system was not started by a bunch of people sitting around a boardroom looking at child development and science and saying, what's going to be best for kids? I can guarantee you that was not part of the conversation. It was what is going to be best for us, and how can we have a populace that we can control their thought so that we can maintain our power. Okay, if that makes you feel uncomfortable, I'm sorry. I'm just spitting the facts here, and don't shoot the storyteller here. So, or messenger. So anyway, I go in detail in chapter 3 of my book. You guys, I don't know what last we checked a couple nights ago, this was under $20 on Amazon. So if you find it under $20 on Amazon, grab it. That's a good price because the list price is $27. So don't buy it for $27. Grab that. If you've read my book, have you? Has anyone on these lives read my book? And I want to know, are you one of the people that emailed me today? Because I have hundreds of emails in my inbox right now that are causing me anxiety because everybody is like, I need help. So I was hoping that you guys would be on this live tonight so that I can answer any questions that you have about a current problem that you're going through. And I just love that you poured your heart out, and my heart is like aching. So I should mention that the best way to get our help and my personalized help is by joining Thrive Homeschool Community. You can put in the chat if you want to know more about it. It is on Black Friday sale right now until Friday at midnight. So you can join right now. It does not go on sale that often. The next time Thrive will be on sale is late spring. So prices are going up Friday. If you want to get in now. But ask questions first. I don't want you getting into anything that you don't know what it is. You can get to the informational page on Thrive Homeschool Community, my community, by clicking my face on whatever platform you're on right now. And then you'll see everything that it is, everything that you're getting into. It's like starting a master's degree program in homeschooling. So, yes.
Not a nonfiction reader, but loved your book and actually finished it, Erin.
No, you just finished it. Erin, you just finished it because you love me. But I appreciate it.
Mama Bear, I love the book and inspired me to officially start homeschooling my kids.
Yay! Who is that? Is she in Thrive?
I'm not sure.
Oh my goodness, that's so exciting. Yay!
Jennifer Edwards made her husband read it too.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And then I want to know anyone who lives in Minnesota on this live tonight. I'd love to know. I can talk about the places where I'm going in speaking season as well, because I'm excited to be coming to a convention near you in the spring. Yeah.
How do you feel about the advent of AI coming to fruition in the schooling space? Do you use it now?
Oh, yeah. Yes, we absolutely use AI. I think it's our responsibility to teach our kids how to use AI. Here's where homeschool kids are going to win the day, is that we are also going to make sure our kids know how to write, because what's going to happen is we're going to have a generation of kids who literally don't know how to communicate without AI. And that's a problem, but not homeschoolers. I can guarantee you the homeschoolers are going to know how to write. So, yes. Oh, I see all the monies coming in on what you spend on youth sports. Yeah, it's a lot. And then you have multiple kids. Honestly, it's a lot.
Kendra, I usually only read nonfiction, but also read it because I love you.
Oh, is that my Kendra? Yeah.
Sure, Kendra.
Okay. Oh, yay, Mama Bear. I'm glad you're here tonight. Okay. Any more questions?
Julie, highly recommend your book.
Oh, thanks. Is that my Julie? Is it Julie G?
Julie.
Okay. Awesome.
Portland, Oregon, first 2 years. I have 3 autistic children
Yeah.
aged 8, 10, 15. They were warehoused in public school. We managed to teach a 15-year-old to read in the first 2 months of homeschool.
Oh, wow. Incredible. Can we give this mama bear some hugs? You are amazing. Home educating 3 children with an autism diagnosis and taking them back. I commend you. I think you are an amazing human being, and I'm sure your lives are all better for it. And, especially kids with ASD, I just don't see how anyone on the planet can think the classroom environment is a fit for a student with that profile. I mean, come on, think about it for a second, you guys. It's like unreal. And then you're in your pediatrician and your pediatrician's telling you, well, you can't homeschool. You don't know how to, and they often will say the word handle. You don't know how to handle a kid with this diagnosis or teach that. And you're like, but this, like, the only reason why I would even need the IEP is because of the classroom environment. Like, you guys realize that, right? Like, so much of what's on an IEP is literally because they are in a classroom environment. You don't need to write in an IEP extra time on tests if you homeschool. You don't need to write quiet workspace, frequent breaks. You don't need to write any of that down when you homeschool. It's literally because. Now, the exception is therapies. And of course, lots of kids need therapies for all sorts of reasons. And depending on your state, you can get those therapies covered, maybe not. But often the therapies that occur in the school system anyway are really subpar. Ask any therapist who is in the schools. Really, ask anyone, and their hearts are breaking because the system is preventing them from doing what they need to do. So it's really not staying in public school for access to the therapies is not a reason to stay. Like, chances are you can probably get those services better and privately and one-on-one, most of the time covered, maybe not, but maybe. And quite frankly, there are parents who just say, forget it, I'm just going to pay. And I know that's not possible for everybody, but I'm just telling you the realities of what the therapies look like in the schools. And Kendra is here tonight. Kendra was a special education teacher in the public schools, so I should let Kendra let it rip right now. She really helps everybody in Thrive. She is special needs support in Thrive Homeschool community and an amazing resource. We love Kendra. And she just had a beautiful little baby girl. So, oh my goodness, I'm getting lots and lots of hearts. I love you guys too.
Isabel says, homeschool has changed our child's response to learning so much.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I hear a lot that my child doesn't love learning, and how do I get that back? And homeschooling is a beautiful way to work towards getting that back and writing a new story. I know. We love Kendra. Yeah.
Carmelite on Instagram. Homeschool with my 3rd grader in Central Florida. She's a motivated student and does well academically, but I don't know where to start with curriculum. Does your program have recommendations?
Yes, we do curriculum advising all day, every day. And we also have a program in there called the Fail-Safe Homeschool Setup, where we walk you through all the logistics. I even teach you a method for screening curriculum. I believe that's module 2. You guys can correct me. Is it module 2 or 3? I think it's module 2. And the Fail-Safe Homeschool Setup is 8 different modules. We literally teach you everything. We even give you sample schedules in there. We teach you a way to vet curriculum. We teach you how to stay legal, how to organize your day, how to organize your year. Because you have to year plan, right? You have to decide when your vacations are going to be. And then you have to, okay, what are my weeks? What are they going to look like? What are my days going to look like? We walk you through all of that. And also you have access to message us as well and show up to office hours and be face to face. So like you see me now, but I get to see you, which is better. And office hours are tomorrow. Actually, we have 2 office hours tomorrow. So please join. If you're on the fence of joining Thrive, Black Friday sale, no brainer, but join tonight because then you can be at office hours tomorrow and meet us in person.
Venus says on Facebook, I'm excited about having special needs support.
Yes. And we have a pretty huge announcement coming up in Thrive shortly regarding how we are further going to support mamas who have kiddos with special needs. Big improvement, upgrade, up-leveling in Thrive homeschool community that I'm really excited about. So I'm not going to say it here because I want Thrive members to know first. But yes, we do support you. We have always supported you with special needs. I used to teach kiddos with special needs, but we are making some changes in Thrive to do an even better job. Exciting.
Food Stampede. I'm still confused with homeschooling. How do
Yes.
parents navigate subject mastery they themselves don't quite understand?
We buy curriculum.
Especially in regards to math, chemistry, and physics.
Okay, I love your tone. Was the tone that way?
No.
You're like, especially in, are they curious?
He's great.
Okay.
I think it's a he. I don't know.
Okay, what platform?
Instagram.
Okay, actually, I love the question, and I get this a lot. And some people ask it with like, how do you possibly think you can teach all these subjects? You're so selfish. You're just hurting your kid. And then other people are like, no, really, like how? And so I'll answer tonight. And the answer is we don't. We source really well. What a lot of people don't realize about homeschooling, especially homeschooling in the latter years, in the high school years, is by that time our kids are in live co-ops where they are often taught those advanced subjects by experts. A lot of retired professors love teaching homeschool students in the co-ops. Live online classes where you get world-class instructors. Like when I say world-class, so like the teacher who teaches my children Latin went to Stanford. Okay, we have access to this teacher because we are on an online platform. We're not limited geographically to having access to this amazing instructor. Also amazing self-paced online courses that are absolutely stellar that help parents as well. There are so many ways to achieve. And honestly, like if we're comparing this to what the kids are getting in the public school system, like, come on. The football coach taught me biology. So this is why homeschoolers are being recruited by colleges, is because we're just a whole different level. Like our writing skills, our reading, what our kids read is so far advanced beyond what kids in public school are reading. It's actually not that hard for us to just hit it out of the park, honestly, when you source well. And that's the type of mom who's in Thrive homeschool community. It's not for everybody. We're growth mindset. So we are committed to being the best homeschoolers we can be, but we're also committed to us being happy and us loving this life, a life that is harder. Choosing to homeschool is harder, but we fight for our family connection. We fight for our own joy and happiness, which involves a lot of parenting. This is why I have a parenting expert in Thrive. And we also want to give our kids the best education possible. We want to give them, now listen to this, we want to give them what they need now so that we can prepare them well for a really bright future. And that's kind of the nutshell of what we do in Thrive. We have master classes every month. If you have questions about Thrive, ask. Otherwise, I'll move on to other homeschooling questions. Oh, should I talk about my freebies?
Yeah.
Okay. Lots of free stuff, you guys. So if you're on this live tonight and you have not taken my 5-minute homeschool style finder, go take it right now. I love this. This is like my favorite part of lives. Go take it right now and come back. It only takes you 5 minutes, and then tell me what your results were. And I want to know if you were surprised. So it's a 5-minute homeschool style finder quiz. It only takes you 5 minutes. If you are homeschool curious, I have 2 free downloads for you. One is an ebook. It's a 23-page how to homeschool guide, 10 steps. I literally teach you how to do it. Boom, free. And then I also have a download of my curriculum recommendations. So what I feel is reputable. You can download that as well. So I just mentioned 3 freebies that you can get right if you click my face. But please, please, please take that style quiz for sure.
Carmelite says, where do we take the quiz?
Right? You just click my face and click right through. And you got it, girl.
Food stampede. Listen. Okay, so this is the AI one and asking really good questions. Listen, I think the concept of homeschooling is paramount for development, but it really has to be done correctly.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Melly over on.
Well, okay, so can we clarify the statement? So should we go there right now? So I am a little bothered. So I hope you can handle me pushing back a little bit, Mr. Facebook? Instagram. Okay. So because that statement, and I don't know what your intention was with it, but that statement can be a little bit loaded, meaning the person saying it is some sort of an authority on education that can deem whether or not that homeschool is good and that homeschool is not good. And that's a dangerous place to be because that's teetering on parents' rights, constitutional rights, the right for us to raise our kids how we see fit. It also, you gotta be so careful because a lot of parents, now hear me correctly on this, a lot of people misunderstand me when I say this. Okay, so if you're hearing just a fragment, please ask a clarifying question. A lot of parents are homeschooling their kiddos because of special needs, and you might not know that. And so their program and their curriculum might look different. And so to have someone on the outside who knows nothing with their nose up, peering down, judging them when they have no idea of that child's learning profile is an arrogant place to be. So although I agree with you that we have a responsibility to educate our children well and to honor them. I agree with Charlotte Mason. Children are born persons and they need to be honored and they need a great education and we can provide that. This is why in my book, in the very beginning of my book, I say homeschooling, not everybody can do it and not everybody should do it. Because if you are not a person who cares about your child's education, maybe you shouldn't be homeschooling. But what I hear a lot of is homeschool parents are selfish. They're putting their ideology or they stereotype us a lot, or their religion above their kids' academics. Therefore, they're dangerous. We got to watch them. Those types of things. That rhetoric is, one, it's not based in data. So if you want data on homeschooling, you can go to my book. I go through all of the data. I talk about how homeschoolers, 87% of peer-reviewed studies show that homeschoolers are better academically. They perform better academically. Now, here's the thing. We're taking those same standardized tests that the public school kids are. Like in Colorado, I'm required to give it. So these are not pulled out of nowhere. Like these statistics are real. The same is true. Homeschoolers get accused of not socializing their children. We don't socialize our children, or our kids are socially awkward, or you name it. There's all different ways that people come after us for socialization. Well, why is it that by far the majority of studies show that homeschooled children are happier and healthier socially, psychologically, and emotionally? So you tell me, you crunch the numbers, because it's amazing to me that we are considered some sort of problem when 40% of kids in our schools actually report depression and anxiety, and they cite school as the cause. So that's what I'm going to say regarding that.
He said, I agree.
Yeah.
It's meant to be a little loaded, respectfully. I do
Yeah.
appreciate responses, especially when you mention how you source materials and teachers.
Yeah. And you know what? And I love that pushback. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm just so thankful for you, because here's the thing. I love challenge. I love being pushed with ideas. And also something you guys may not know about me, but I don't mind someone changing my mind. I actually don't mind, because I'm a truth seeker. And that's part of what got me into this mess. It's why we moved states, sold our business, homeschooled our 4 children. I gave up a career. I was a CEO. I am now again, but I gave up that career. I didn't know I was going to be what you see tonight. I was homeschooling my kids. And that's what got us into this mess. Is I became a truth seeker, and I asked myself one dangerous question. One dangerous question. I'm sure people might know my question that I asked myself because I say it in my book. But here's the question. I asked myself, what is an education? What is it? Is it just filling the bucket and like crossing your fingers that your kid knows everything they need to know at 18? Well, we know that you then go to college. We also know the data is in that it's soft skills that actually are better markers for future success than hard skills. It's not that we don't need hard skills, but it's the soft skills that get us places in life. You know, are you a team player? Can you accept criticism? Can you, right? Or do you have a growth mindset? Can you, how do you handle failure? Things like that. And then, there was something else that I was going to say. Oh yeah. And so basically what I determined was that education is supposed to be the cultivation of a human being in all respects. And so that if I was to answer in one sentence why I homeschool, that would be the why. And I'm not going to shut up about it either.
Over on Facebook, Jessica, brand new to homeschooling. I took the style test the other day.
Oh, yay, fun part.
Waldorf, Charme, and Classical.
Waldorf, Charme, and Classical. I love it, girl. Oh, man. And she's new?
She is new to
Okay,
homeschooling.
awesome. I'm already thinking of some like good curriculum recommendations that mesh those things together a little bit. Yeah.
Sydney, I do care about my child's education, but worry I won't be able to provide the education needed.
You can. But you know what? Here's the thing. Where is she? What platform is she on?
TikTok.
Here's the thing is that all of us feel that way and all of us worry. And part of it is we don't actually understand just how bad the school system is. If you're a school teacher, please share. And also, our sources are incredible. Honestly, you guys, I don't really teach math past fourth grade. And my kids are getting an excellent math education. So we don't have to, home education doesn't mean you're sitting there all day teaching the lessons. That's a wrong view of what homeschooling is. Plus, and I did a master class on this in September, plus what we want with our homeschooled kids is the opposite of what school kids are. We want to kind of work towards having more autodidacts, which means self-motivated learners. We don't want our kids plopping down in a seat, looking at a whiteboard, wondering what page we're on today. Like, we want them to be active participants in their education. I have a rule. My kids know it. They know, never ask me what page they're on, because I get mad. I mean, I get mad in a funny way, but no, you tell me what page you're on, right? This is your education. And so if that's a struggle for you right now, your kids aren't as independent in their learning as you would hope, and it's kind of draining you in your homeschool because it's too demanding on you, I have a masterclass in Thrive Homeschool Community on fostering independent learning. And I think that if you hop in using the Black Friday sale, go watch that one first.
Rebecca had a great follow-up to that conversation. Yes, nobody ever says as long as it's done well about the public school.
Yes. Yeah. No one ever says that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Born to travel. I have a master's degree in education, taught in the public school system for several years. I homeschool my own kids now and still doubt myself every single day.
Yes, exactly. I know. Oh, Kelly's saying hi on TikTok. Hi, Kelly.
Oh, awake but not woke.
Oh. On TikTok?
TikTok.
I miss you. Awesome. Yay!
Some public school kids and homeschool kids don't have social skills, but it's not because of homeschool.
No, it's not because of homeschool. And it's making a lot of assumptions and stereotypes if you look at a socially awkward kid and go, oh, it's because they're homeschooled. Like, it's a pretty ignorant place to be standing in judgment in that way. Oh, hey, regarding of standing in judgment, tomorrow, a really good podcast episode is dropping on managing tense family gatherings during the holidays. And it's an hour-long episode. I didn't cut anything out of it. An hour-long episode. And we give you some really cool, tangible tips, some scripts to say, how to prepare your kiddos. I am really excited about tomorrow's episode dropping. If you don't follow me on YouTube or ding when the podcast drops, however people do that. And then you'll get notified when a podcast drops. I've talked about my freebies. People can ask their questions about Thrive Homeschool Community if they want. That's on Black Friday sale right now. Ends Friday. And no trolls?
No.
Oh.
No.
I don't get trolls so much anymore. Remember in the beginning?
There were a lot.
In the beginning, Scott... One of the reasons why Scott's on the lives, it's just habit now. Well, he does need to track the comments because we're on 4 platforms right now. But in the beginning, he had to block people every time. Every time. Oh my goodness. The good old days.
Rebecca says on YouTube, I started using your try 3 things on your own tip with my kids, and it's life-changing.
Oh, good. Yes. I love that. Yay, Rebecca. I appreciate that feedback. Thank you.
Food Stampede was talking about soft skills are much more important.
Yeah.
What you said about the motivated learners, I feel, is basically the bedrock of homeschooling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It really is a beautiful choice.
Yeah. Vivina, green is your color. Gorgeous.
Oh,
Isn't she,
Vivina.
Isn't she?
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm feeling like I'm having a little bit of hat head today. You know, it's cold. I've been wearing beanies. Thank you. I wear a lot of green. And thank you for validating my green.
Jennifer Edwards, so are you going to give us the gravy recipe on the podcast episode? Your gravy.
Oh, I am a gravy snob. You know, I am planning the gravy. And I just don't think anyone makes as good of gravy as me. I challenge you. I just think, I would take on any Michelin star chef, honestly.
Oh, I love it.
I really would. Are any chefs in here tonight? Because let me tell you, a home cook who's tried to master her gravy for 20 years, you just try. And I believe in gravy with the drippings, okay? With the drippings. And I do special things to make sure those drippings are... And I am making my turkey. I already ordered my turkey. And I didn't order just any turkey. I went to Vitamin Cottage or Natural Grocers. What is the name of that place anymore? Is it both?
Yeah.
It's Natural Grocers. Why do we say Vitamin Cottage?
I don't know.
Anyway, I went and bought a bougie turkey. Okay? Because not just any turkey. And why did I buy the bougie turkey? For the gravy. Because the gravy needs to be... I stuff the cavity of the bird with special things. I brine the bird. And I have very strong opinions on how to properly thicken a gravy. So we do not have to talk about homeschooling at all. For the rest of the night, we can talk about gravy.
Erica Thompson owns a catering company.
Erica.
And is a tad bit famous for her gravy.
Erica! Oh, girl. Oh my goodness. Erica, I forget where you live. Where do you live again? Or you can DM me in Thrive. Because I know you're in Thrive. Remind me where you live because I'm going to come after you. And I want the gravy. And if your gravy is better than mine, I will agree. But I really don't think it is. My grandmother taught me how to make gravy.
Tori says, Thrive has helped make my homeschool better. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks for saying that, Tori.
Toria? Yeah.
And then is Rebecca helping people?
Ooh, Vivina.
I think Rebecca's helping people for me. Thank you, Rebecca.
I feel the same way about my mashed potatoes.
Oh.
Yes, girl, the drippings make the gravy.
Yes, the fact that no shade. If you need to do the packaged gravy, or if you like the taste of packaged gravy, fine. There is no judgment. However, really good gravy needs drippings. And I will say that I do stay fairly regulated. I've learned a lot about self-regulation and dysregulation in my life. It does get a little bit tense on Thanksgiving Day when I'm perfecting the gravy, because I'm there with the whisk, you guys. I am there with the drippings and the whisk and the situation. And I want the right amount. I want enough gravy so that everybody can have gravy, but I don't want to dilute the gravy too much so that it doesn't really season the bird. There's just a lot that goes into the gravy. But my kiddos know when I go, I'm making gravy, everyone skedaddles out of the kitchen. As they should.
Erica just invited you to a big holiday dinner on the 7th with 250 people. Come on out. We'd love to have you.
Okay, wait. Where do you live, Erica? And you just invited me somewhere. You better watch it. Is it a wedding? Erica.
Awake Not Woke is speaking French. Rue all day.
Rue all day, girl. Are you a Rue girl or a slurry girl? That's the question. Erica Thompson, Rue or slurry? Okay?
Oh, she's Northern Cali.
Oh. What part of Northern Cal? You shouldn't have said this. Because, my in-laws live in Central California.
Rue baby.
She's a Rue baby?
No, that's a Wake Not Woke.
Yeah.
She's all about it.
There is a difference between a Rue and a slurry. So.
A vibe called Lex. How do you challenge a 4th grader who is testing in the 10th grade for language arts?
Yeah. This is why we homeschool. This is why we homeschool, because when you have kiddos that are gifted, we need to meet their need. We need to continue to challenge them. And the thing with kiddos with diverse learning profiles is that they're learning. All learning is asynchronous anyway, but particularly if you have a child who maybe has a delay in one area or is gifted in another. And by the way, these words, the word police come after us for everything now. I try my best, but it's changing so fast. So what we're talking about is like the bell curve here. Okay. So you can have a delay according to the bell curve. You can be gifted according to the bell curve. So this is why homeschooling